You support Irish unification for good reasons, I guess. I support Irish unification because lines would look better on a map. We are not the same. Wait a second, lines? If this island were to unify, wouldn't that mean there wouldn't be any lines up here anymore? Okay, I'm pretty sure they just mean eliminating border gore. Low-key, that's the only reason why I support bringing back Yugoslavia. How to get Turkey to accept Sweden's NATO membership? We simply take the Turkish leader Erdogan and push him somewhere else. It's really that simple. Why did no one else think of this before? World War II has ended almost 78 years ago. Meanwhile, Poland, somebody's gotta pay. That's right, it's reparations time. Can't ask for war reparations immediately afterwards. A 78-year grace period is usually a polite way to do it. Germans despise themselves so much that they made a giant machine to eat their own country. And just look at it go. It's like literally chowing down. We finally found the thing that can stop Germany once and for all. It's just a massive mine. How come French doesn't have a word for lime? They just say green lemon. They don't have a word for 80. Did you expect them to do better with fruit? Excuse me, I'd like to buy 4 20s of green lemons. Every day I realize that every language around the world has some really strange rules. Translating English 20 into French, you say,
20.
what?
20.
Vaughn. If you just change that to 80, it really is 4 20s.
80.
They're actually right about the lime thing too. It's just green lemons. Ah, the 10 best restaurants in Birmingham, United Kingdom. Number 1, the Shell Garage. If this random gas station is the best thing this city has to offer, then I don't think any of the other food is going to be even edible. I guess this explains why every British person I've ever met says, do not go here. Germany just took over the Dutch military. What? The Dutch brigades have been integrated into the German army. So Germany now has control over the Dutch military high command. What the freak are you talking about, Jesse? Yes, Germany just decided to say our military. They're pretty good at doing that too. Been doing that for a while. Here it is as well. Netherlands to integrate last brigade into German army this year. And Dutch army to merge land combat units with Germany this year too. We've had one Anschluss in Austria, yes. But what about second Anschluss? No, we don't want to fuse our armies with yours. Ours are better. No, ours is better. Meanwhile, in Germany, we're so close allies. Let's merge our armies. And there's the Dutch that's like, together we're stronger. This seems like kind of a big deal. Why am I just now learning about it through the memes? And again, I learned 90% of what's going on in the world through the memes. The US crossing another North Korean red line. And here's the North Koreans realizing the US doesn't give a frick about the threats they make. I just really hope we know what we're doing. Not sure if we want to really try to test how far their ballistic missiles could actually go. I'm donating 14 tanks to Ukraine, says Germany. Well, I'm donating 31 to Ukraine, says the USA. Meanwhile, off screen, amateurs. What was that? Punk amateurs, as Russia looks back at them. They've donated 545 tanks to Ukraine. You would think since they're in a conflict against each other, they wouldn't want to do that, but maybe the Russians just want to be helpful. Every little bit counts. What every NATO member contributes to the alliance. With the USA with just a plethora of stuff, the British with a very similar amount of stuff, the French with a bit more, but also a red warning button. There's Poland's job, which is really just to press the Article 5 NATO button. There's the Baltic states like Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. Their job is to be a speed bump. Meanwhile, there's Turkey with the Bosporus Strait. And that summarizes it all, pretty much. Honestly, all of these are equally as important. They all make a pretty big difference. A little something I did in art class. This Giga Chad drew. How many levels deep can it go? No, this is actually amazing. I remember learning how to draw eyes a long time ago, and that is insanely difficult. I don't even know why this became the most popular image of myself. I always thought it'd be more of this one. Italian tourists, when they visit Croatia for the 6th time, only to rediscover still nobody speaks their Western language. Why are you speaking Croatian in Croatia? It doesn't make any sense. To be fair, Americans do this with English pretty much all around the world. We have no room to talk. Since the Ottomans conquered the Roman Empire and adopted Roman imperial titles and governance, one could technically make the argument that the Roman Empire was dissolved by Ataturk when he ended the monarchy and founded the Turkish Republic in 1943. Yeah, this is definitely not going to make some of the Romaboos very happy. I have heard this fan fiction Roman lore before, though. This is always pretty interesting. I mean, you look at the bright side, that would mean the Roman Empire lasted like 2,500 years. Expert level Romanian. What exactly is this man doing? He is leaving a store and oh, he had a TV the whole time. All right, yes, this man was definitely taught in the Romanian school for, I don't even know if I want to finish that statement. He is the Romanian final boss. I'm honestly thankful I was never born in Japan. Just reading about the work culture over there, oh my goodness. Glasses have to be a certain height, can't be higher than superiors. Boss will yell at you for taking a poop, being forced to work 14 hours with unpaid overtime, being forced to stay at work all night and take mandatory trips to the bar with other employees. It is considered disrespectful to use vacation days or leave the office before midnight. And finally, everyone has to pack into into a train like rats every morning. I know, but the animes make it seem so beautiful. How am I supposed to find my waifu if everyone's working all the time? Italy and France, when they argue about who cooks better out of the two. Meanwhile, Italy and France silently judging everyone else's cooking. Oh, and you know they're looking across the pond and laughing at the British, seeing all the horrible monstrosities they create over there. What even is this stuff? Learning about art history at school, yawn. Learning about art history, making memes. That's the only time this stuff is ever gonna be bearable. Learning art history in school made me almost just completely give up on history in general. It's just so excruciating. Finding girlfriend in the Philippines in 10 seconds. Wow, 10 million views. Wait, are we sure this is gonna be successful? She doesn't look very happy. Wait, and what is this guy's game plan? Is he just coming up with this box? Gonna give her one of these things? People really want these answers though. Like 10 million views. I mean, at least he went up and talked to her. I'm too afraid to talk to women. Finns on their way to thank the bus driver. It will be the only social interaction they will have today. Gotta say 2 words to a random stranger, and that'll be enough social anxiety for me. Just can't handle anymore. You don't have the Falklands, laughs this British guy. Freak you, gringo, cries Argentina. You don't have the Falklands, says Brazil. Yeah, I know. It's all an act for just when the British are around. This actually makes a whole lot of sense. The USA electing their own president versus the USA electing presidents of Latin American countries. Oh yeah, it's way easier to agree upon who's gonna rule another country that isn't our own. I mean, we're not gonna be facing the consequences because of that. Oh, the CIA. Turkic names with Mustafa. They're all Mustafa. Arab names with Muhammad. Brazilian names with, wait a second, is this real? I've never heard of any of these Brazilian names before. Clearly need to figure out more famous Brazilians, I guess. Yeah, I only really know Namir. Average cursing out in the parliament fan in Malaysia versus average brawling in the parliament enjoyer India, Jordan, and Taiwan. Now that's how you play politics in real countries. Why am I gonna just use words? Let me use my fists. Is the world's sugar daddy, has prevented much more disastrous wars by simply existing. Culture dominates the world, everyone despises them, and here's America, still not caring at all. Pretty much how things been going for like 80 years. Let's see how long we can keep that up. That thing you just said? We Germans have a word for that. It's called that thing you just said, and I feel like I've heard this multiple times from different Germans throughout my life. Nothing will beat the anti-baby pillin though. 95% of all good European dishes. Literally being held with the team on their back by France and Italy. And this is probably how it's gonna go for, I guess, all of eternity. Good food / music ratio chart. On the x-axis, we have good music. So the UK, I guess, has good music. On the y-axis, we have good food. So France is up here with good food. There's Italy in the corner, which must have good food and good music. Meanwhile, there's the Netherlands without good food and without good music. And Germany smack dab right in the middle. Okay, if this doesn't cause some sort of rage in the comments, then I don't know what will. British getting a 0 on good food, understandable. Does the British make good music? All I know about British music is like British rap, and I guess that's not very good because they did have the Beatles. France doesn't have good music. I agree with Italy being in this top corner though, or Dutch. Wait, aren't all the most famous DJs all Dutch? You missed your Czech lesson for today. Guess who's the star of the 3rd deforestation of Prague? I do remember reading about this. They were basically just like throwing a bunch of people out of windows. Brazil getting ready to do some pretty bad things to Paraguay. Brazil, don't do this. Think about the population, says Argentina. Oh, I think Brazilians are having a little bit of a troll moment. Guess they didn't think Paraguay needed 70% of their male population. I love how the Argentina face here is literally their son's face. All Argentina Wojak should be drawn like this. Hard to swallow pills. France being a Romance, Germanic, and Celtic country all at once. That has never once crossed my mind until right now, and I think I'm gonna be sick. The member states saying, we'll reform the EU after the 2024 elections. Wait, you said that before the 2019 elections. Exactly. That's right. Still technically counts. They'll reform it and they'll reform it eventually. I mean, if they said after 2019, that still could mean after 2024. I don't see where the flaw in the logic is. China owns a vast network of UK real estate, offshore record reveals. Goth royals own more than 1 billion of UK property via tax havens. Aren't we forgetting one teensy weensy but ever so crucial little detail? I own you, says China, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and I'm forgetting that last one. Oh, the UAE. I actually don't see their flag very often. So we have Gulf Royals and China basically owning all of the British, basically. That seems fun. French people, when teenagers say email instead of transmission in letter, circulation, mailing, things, yes. Oh no. France, please don't say there's another weird thing to the language. I can't take anymore. Maybe this isn't always the case, but sometimes. Why Italy isn't interested to build good tank? Meanwhile, in Italy, yeah, I think they're just kind of chilling. I don't think they want to think about battling and making these mechanical vehicles. This is the case for, I feel like, a lot of places in the world. We have like beautiful scenery. A lot of the times you're just trying to chill. When Germany elects a new chancellor, every time the entire world looking like this. You just never know who they're gonna vote for as their new leader. Could be some failed painter. No, you can't send Western tanks to Ukraine. We'll nuke you, cries Russia. Meanwhile, Finland, Germany, Netherlands, Spain, Portugal, and Poland, haha, leopard go brr. As they're all sending it over right now. They're just having a fantastic time. Common trolling moves. Tanks in the Transformers movies. I clapped half a dozen alien robots while the Bradleys clapped dozens more during Operation Firestorm in Egypt. Meanwhile, tanks in zombie movies. Zombie defeat me because the author and inability to understand how explosive material and guns or just... This is actually a really good point. Like, I don't care how many zombies there are in the universe. Would thousands of them be able to defeat a tank? Maybe you could, like, immobilize it, but for the most part, it's still gonna be fine. Like, even if you're facing a pretty massive horde like this, a lot of them would be okay. Like, they would need to be stacked up on top of each other, literally stopping the tanks from moving because of all the human bodies. I don't even know if that's possible, though. Can we make a movie about this with realistic tanks? Ooh, we have the nations that are good at football. Germany, the Netherlands, and France. We have nice people. Ireland, Turkey, and Netherlands had a stable empire. Turkey again, England, and France. Meanwhile, the nations that had all three of those, Portugal, Italy, Greece, and Spain. Let's see, nice people, good at football, at one point had a stable empire. Italy, if you go back to Rome, I guess Portugal was pretty stable for a second there. I mean, when it lost control. Greece, the ancient times, I guess this checks out. Oh, they're known as pigs. Portugal, Italy, Greece, Spain. It's like Southern Europe. Good at football, can't qualify for 2 World Cups. Yeah, I'm sure there's maybe some... Yeah, it's not perfect for Italy. I like how most of the comments are just arguing about the football fact. I mean, had a stable empire isn't really opinion-based, I guess. They're just ignoring nice people and talking straight up about the sport. And big thanks to my patrons. Drew, I forgot to kidnap you. Next date is March 19th, 2023. The Polish, Lithuanian, Commonwealth, Taylor, Portugal
John
is
Denver,
not Balkans.
good ol' Ryan,
Drew44,
Iowa,
aka
Barbados
Drew, if you don't come to
ball,
Krakow,
Drew's
Poland, I will find
Argentinian
you.
grandpa,
$20 is a lot, Drew.
Why am I doing
Carols
this?
S.
Drew
and
does
Drew's
everything
goth
for
girl,
$20.
Jack Traven's annoying
LuxembourgLover,
Robert
RyeThePie,
animation,
the Mexican
Twickenhamster,